everyone, this is Deanna, the Organized Miss, and I tried to film a video, and I cannot seem to get it to upload. So this is part 2. When the first part uploads, I will be sure to put it on here. But in the meantime, I will just come on here and see what we can do, because I have not done a live planning session ever. I thought it would be kind of fun to do. So I've got my phone over here. So I'm going to try and chat while I'm planning. Have patience. Bear with me, please. So happy New Year's Eve. It is, we still got a little time here in my time zone. So I started, in the video that hopefully, I can upload, was me talking about my master planner. So I'll do it quick. I don't know. Just kind of setting it up. I was putting the tabs on, and I did migrate the information from last year's planner for 22 over into this one. And then I just kind of did my setup for this next week, which is this in frame? I can't tell. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Which is that upside? Is that showing upside down on? I don't really know how to make it flip around. Sorry. I guess maybe. I have no idea how to do that. What do you think? Do I just turn my camera around the? I don't know. Let's see. This will be an experiment. Again, I've not done this before. So we'll just see. Does that matter? We're just checking. We're spinning as we go. I can't actually see what's happening on here. Here, let's see. I think this is working. Is that right? I don't know. Let's try again. Are we there? Almost. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good. Thanks for, let's see. Maybe I need this. Well, that's closer, isn't it? All right, now I know. In order for it to be face up, my camera needs to be this way. All right, well, this will take a little practice, but thanks for hanging out with me. We'll get it figured out in a minute. Okay, I feel better about it. It's the best I can do. Let's see. So what I have here is this coming up week. So my master planner, I guess I'll do a quick recap. So the video I did was an hour long, and it was just taking so long to process and upload. But I walk through, if you've seen my channel before, you have seen that I make my own planner each year. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And this is my everything. And I do this for record keeping. I'm self-employed. And so I can turn this in at the end of the year with my tax paperwork and whatnot. And, it works out for me. And then because I use this for everything, I can rotate between this one and this one and this one and this one, whatever planner I want to use. I'm seeing that this is still a little off, so we're going to try just a little bit more. See if that makes a difference. Planning for me is very functional. It helps me with my memories, with retention, getting things done. It's also a creative outlet. It's a hobby. But in order to make everything work, my opinion is you should always have one planner, which is the basis of everything. It's how you just keep track of everything. So for me, it's this. When I first started the planning community, I had no idea what was going to work for me. I was introduced to sticker planning and just fell head over heels in love with it. I was in the early stages of recovery from brain trauma, and I really struggled with my cognitive thinking, keeping track of things chronologically. So having a planner was like essential. But some days words didn't make sense to me, and other days pictures and colors and all of the things that I would see, all the wonderful stickers that I wanted to do, it was just overwhelming. And so I quickly learned for me that sometimes my brain processes using the left hemisphere with the logic side and words, and I'm able to read and write and all the things. And then other times my right hemisphere is doing the processing for me, which does not have access to words. It is the feelings and the emotions and pictures and colors and sounds and all of that. And so I needed to find something that worked for me depending on how my brain was working at the time. And I wish I had known this before I ever got sick. Before anything ever happened. I think it's such a great tool to have in your arsenal of life, knowing how your brain works. And if you're list heavy and words are your thing, you're probably dominantly using the left hemisphere. We all use both. It's just which side do we use more. And if you're, colors and pictures and creative, the bullet journal method, for instance, is really helpful for that. So I tried the bullet journal, and I have to be in very right hemisphere. But then I learned I needed structure most of the time. I'm very kind of logic list, word heavy, dominantly for myself. And so that's kind of where this came from. This actual insert is from Filofaxy. So it's PHILOFAXY, I think. Boy, I can't even think. I gotta write it down. It is, let's just write it down since I'm here. If I were editing it, I'd type it on the screen. Filofaxy.com. And so there we go. These inserts come from this website, filofaxy.com. Also, you can get to it, mylifeallinOneplace.com, but that's a lot for me to type out, and I type this one out quicker. And they have so many great resources, especially I think for beginning planners. There's just so much available. So I download I'm gonna keep this out here, the month on 2 pages, and then so that's one file, and I got it for 2023. And then I get the week on 2 pages, also for 2023, and then I merge them myself, and then I have them printed back to back so that it's like January, all the January weeks, and then February, all the February weeks, and so on. I don't have dailies in here because for me, dailies are like journaling, all the things. And so I have the other planners and journals for that. But this is for me having my appointments, my schedule, any meetings, and then I like to list the tasks down here for day specific. So just for example, I did all of this on camera in the video that hasn't uploaded yet, but and I just walked you through me setting up my week, which let's pull that out too, just for now, is I I migrated all my information over to my January calendar because I literally picked this up today, this afternoon, had it bound. I just sent the file, emailed it to Kinko's, and the front half has my kind of workbook planner that I use with my girls. I'm a pageant coach and director, and so that information's there, and so I just leave it at the front of mine, but throughout the year I mostly, you know, am in this part of it. So I took the information that I needed to migrate over from last year's calendar, so this was 2022, and I moved it here, started setting this up in the previous video, and then I have my appointments in here. I did block off the front half here for my workouts because my health and wellness is taking center stage this year for me, as far as, you know, making myself a little more priority. I have a lot of people that I help take care of in my life, obviously. Many of us do, but I have to take care of myself first to be there for them. And so I blocked off the first couple of hours of each day to be my go to the gym, and then I come home and do all my morning routine things, and then I'll sit down here or my other desk over there and do my, you know, setup for the day, like my daily planning, and just like what's on deck, what needs to get done. And I'm a white space planner, and so what that means is once I have all my appointments in that I know of right now, I'm will maybe get more as the week goes on. Then I'm going to look here and I'm going to see, okay, how much time do I have in this block? What can I accomplish? Like, what project could I do, or what work do I have that needs to get done? And so, like, for example, I knew that I was going to go to this opening day, which is here. So I blocked out drive time and then the event. And then below here is I need to work on my annual budget spreadsheet, which I do at the beginning of each year. And I know that that's going to take, you know, a little bit of time. So I can block that in here in the rest of the afternoon, and I'll have that done. And I know that that's it. That's all that's going to happen on Monday. Workout, drive, go to the event, drive home, work on the spreadsheet. Some days I'm going to have tasks that are a lot shorter. So like I do need to go to the bank and renew my safe deposit box. So I'll probably be able to do that in here. I need to work on my files in my file folder, which is this Post-it. What I went through on the earlier video was I broke down this project for me, and one of the things to be able to do the other things is here. So I just put one task down, and I felt like that would be something I could do on Tuesday. If I find myself with more time here, or even tomorrow, I might do that because we're here Saturday evening. Only thing I have tomorrow is to work out. So I might do it there. I did this week of planning in my other planner, but I may go back, fill it, probably not, because this will be January 1 to December 31 for tax purposes. Okay, so that's pretty much like a quick overview of what I did with this planner. I mean, I walked through some other stuff, but again, I'll have that up on the video. And then I just added these tabs that I got at the Dollar Tree. These little, I mean, they were $1.25. And then I was going to make labels, but I went digging through my stash of stickers because I have a lot. And this book had the days of the month in there. And I thought they ended up looking pretty good. This was the color scheme for this book. Here it was. And so I just put them on there, and they fit perfectly, and I love it. And these books, every time I see one at Walmart, I pick them up because they're not expensive. I don't know what they are. A couple bucks. Maybe $4, $6, I don't know. They have a lot of stickers, and they're various sizes, but they have their own color scheme. So like this one was kind of pink. I'm probably feeling pink, but then you got your blues, cool tones, some more kind of pastel. Anyway, these are great. Highly recommend. Just because they're fun little, there's all kinds of things that you can use. So I ended up, that's why I went with that. Yeah, so this is my master planner. I brainstorm, I pre-plan, and I review my week here. And then this, I just keep this. I don't even really hardly ever add stickers. Sometimes I might for fun, but this really is just my workhorse. So I set this up at the beginning of the week, and it usually sets on my desk where I can set it over here, which is what I'm going to do right now. And then I refer to that to set up. This is my wallet. So this is a Moterm. I had to think for a minute. What is this called? A Moterm Pocket Rings Luxe. Luxe or Deluxe? Do they call it that? Luxe. And it's my wallet. So carry my cash in here. And it functions right now. It has been functioning as my financial section of my planner. I keep that in here. Obviously my wallet. I got my cards and things. Kind of make it cute. I've added some new inserts that that I want to use for 23. I have not set them all up yet, but that is my goal when I do my financial planning, which I was not planning on doing this evening necessarily. But I think both of these came from Brown Plans. Super cute. I think this was like a digital digital freebie paper thing, but then she had a set of post-it notes. So Brown_plans, so cute. Some more of these. This insert again was also from Filofaxy that I used last year. This year I am using Peanuts Planner Co. Let's find that in here. It's a day on 2 pages. And I really like it. This is actually a freebie as well. I've used it before in the personal, but I do like it. Here's the pocket. And then I bought the number 147, which is the dated yearly bundle, which I think goes with this perfectly. Like this is good and it's wonderful. And if you're testing things out and trying to figure out, I think this is a good, clean, basic insert, and I've used it for years, and like I said, in personal, but I'm having it in my pocket this year. So what I also got was the bundle, which comes with this year at a glance. It does have all the weeks on it. That's kind of nice. I probably will not reference this very often because it's kind of small, and I kind of gotta wear my readers to see it. But this one's a fold out, and what I do appreciate about this is that you can break it up by quarters, and you can have quarterly like financial goals, which is what I'm mostly thinking here. But any goals, whatever you want to be, like what you're focused on is your priority. And it's just kind of gridded on the back. And I do think that also came with yes, it did. It came with the dated yearly bundle. And then just this is a future, like a future log, I don't know what to call this, like a future log, future at a glance. And I think it's really good for highlighting like important, if I want to highlight like when certain bills are due, and I could list them over here. I mean, you can use it for things like important events, obviously birthdays. I'm planning a trip later this year. So that's going to be something that's need to be planned financially as well. Like, airline tickets and, if I'm going to take an Uber, we're going to be out of the country, like, just things to think about. So I could be breaking that down using this. So I had not decided what I was going to use it for as I'm talking it out. I think that's a good idea. And then this is you can be used as a tracker. It's just a calendar. And then you've got 6 months on this side, 6 months on this side. Obviously, you can break it down and work on something quarterly if you want. You could use the whole thing as just like a tracker of one thing, or you could just do it like a monthly challenge at a time. So, you know, anything. It really could be anything. I was thinking, how could I use it? Because mostly this is my wallet. Like, I will be carrying it with me every day, but this is my everyday carry. But I won't be carrying financial things in this. You know, I won't have my pay, you know, when I got to pay things and what the bills are and whatnot. That's what this one would be for. And so I was thinking I could maybe, I don't know, we could highlight paydays on here. I have a different thing for that, but this could be for paydays. I'm doing sinking funds, so every paycheck, I take some and put it reserve for like, so that I can pay something all at once and just take a little as we go, you know. So, I don't know, it could be good for that. Again, hadn't decided, but I liked it, so I bought it and I put it in there. And then this, I love to use Post-it notes. I use Post-it notes for anything I can, but these are from Sterling Ink, and I just printed them on. I think they were a freebie, I can't remember. I just got her common planner. So I had not been introduced or acquainted with Catherine or Sterling Ink until like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, a little over a month ago, not that long ago. I started seeing these common planners, people talking about them, and I was like, what? So I was very fortunate enough to pick one up on her sale in December. And so I'm going to try it as I'm still going to have my master planner for all the things, but this is very not dissimilar to what I do. Hers is prettier. And she has dailies in here, which I don't have. But, you know, she has a very clean layout. I just love it. It's so satisfying to me. But the weeklies, the monthlies, but it's a B6 size. And it's amazing how roomy this is. I did add some Post-it notes, which my goal is to go through this and show you how I'm setting this up. So let me finish that. Yeah, I was going to make another video as like part 2 to the one, and then I thought, you know what? This is ridiculous. It's going to take forever to upload. I'm just going to go live. I think it's working out. I hope you can hear me, because I have no idea, actually. None whatsoever. Let's see. Can I turn my... Oh, yeah, there's sound. Thank goodness. All right. The very first live I ever did, there was no sound. So I leave it up on my channel just as a reminder, like, try new things. If it doesn't work out, try again, you know. Anyway, so this is, again, I duplicate everything from planner to planner because it helps me with my memory. So I have all my appointments in here. Oh, yeah, I did add this one, which I just got an email about it yesterday. So it is not in there, but it is now. Look at that. So I did put a sticker here because this is from Mo Howard, sent us this from on her Patreon. That's, I think, one of the 25 days of Christmas or something. Anyway, I liked it. So these are my monthlies that I'm using in here, and I'm, you know, as I have appointments made or something, when I'm out, I can add it to this, right? Just grab it out of my wallet. Okay, so this is my list of paydays. So list of paydays on here, and then over here, because I just couldn't decide what to do with this, I put down what days I'm gonna clean what rooms. Kind of like my there's a Fly Lady. She's got a Fly Lady chart. Well, this is kind of my version, but and it's really just reference for me to be like, oh, what am I cleaning today? So I just put this here because I didn't know where else to put it. So it worked out. And then I have a couple more for the following months. So that's what I got there. Couple more. I don't know how many I put in there. All right. As part of that dated yearly bundle was this tracker, which is an annual tracker. Like you could track one thing all year long with it. I've used this one before to like track my migraines. I'm not going to be doing that here because I'm doing that in this one. I'm not really sure what yet I would be tracking here. I guess I could track something that I'm not tracking in there. Steps. I don't know. Like I have my Apple Watch and it tracks everything for me. So I guess this would just be to like help me see it and be like, yay, I did it. Or yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I'm going to find something to use it for because I like it. And on the back this is really good for like important dates, you know, birthdays, anniversaries, like events that are happening on those months. So I don't know what I'm going to use that for though. Any ideas, any suggestions? I am taking suggestions. Yeah, because this is mostly all dealing with like finance and stuff. I'm not sure what I would track. I mean, I guess if I want to do like a monthly, like no spend, I could do, you know, that would be kind of cool. A savings challenge. I don't know what some other things I could do with that, but that's an idea. Okay, so then this is stuck on that ring. This section is my actual bill, like reoccurring tasks and bill, you know, my monthly bills. So let's see. I had this in my other reference binder, but I thought, well, let's see how I think about it in there. It was in my personal rings, so it was bigger, but it's got my monthly like bills, different, you know, different bills I pay. Some of them are automatic. I don't actually, you know, go in and pay them. But it's for me to say, did I do it? Have I not done it yet? You know, is it something I need to do? Do I need to mark that off? Probably. And then this is the actual bill tracker. And this is just so I can keep track, like how much is it? You know, like, oh, my electricity went up. It was double last month, this month from last month. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what is happening? So I did that again here. I have my bills, like, and I put down like what day they're due. I don't think I did that last time, actually. Let's see, did I? No, that was really smart of me. Put them down which day they're due. Now, you know, some of them are automatically, they just are auto pay. And then some of them I actually go in online and do, but that's so that I can see that. And then I just moved over my list of things here, and then I just check them off each month as I go. And these are all just finance related only. This isn't like all my reoccurring monthly tasks. Gotta have different planners for that, you know, keep them all contextualized. And then this section is, so I made this post-it and I put it on this, like, oh, that was kind of fun, this vellum. Perfect quote that it just stays with me. Okay, so I was using this as a weekly, and it was really just a, you know, a place to repeat, like practice more than one time, you know, to help with memory, but also to have it on hand. Sometimes I just grab, this is in my purse when I leave the house, and I maybe don't grab anything else. So I probably do need to take all of these inserts out from this year, but I'll flip through them over here. I sometimes use a sticker, not often. And so we must be here. Yeah. So this is my weekly divider. So let's just go ahead and take them out because I guess I don't need them right now. Right? We're starting fresh and new with 2022 out the door. 23. I don't know. How do I make that rhyme? Okay, so this will go in my, I'll just set this here. It'll go in my other binder. And then I just filled it up with, I've got next week already set up, although I didn't add this. Now that I know. And, oh, opening. I have no idea how people talk and write at the same time on these videos. Because I feel like I've got to be intensely focused on what I'm writing there. I was using this tracker some. I don't really use it that often, but I thought, well, if it's there, I can like water, you know, and check off and make sure I did it. Or, you know, I was using it for like exercise and like morning routine. But then I went to just doing them back to back like that. I could get more weeks in and like fit more in without having that tracker that I just didn't use very much. So I don't know, and then I had some extra ones in here. So I put those in. Just try to have it all set up, you know, ready to go. All right, so then the dailies in here, I only use like if I'm out, like out and about somewhere and I just want to brain dump or list things out. And so these are like from October, you know, so sometimes I put a sticker down. I was clearly feeling like I needed stickers. I can always tell how my brain is working. If I'm using more stickers, then that means I'm relying more on the right hemisphere and colors and things versus words and lists. And so, yeah. And these are not every day. These are just, you know, just as I need them. So we can go ahead and take these out because I'm done with those. And I think I have some in here. I may need to print some more. Oh yeah, I've got, I don't know. I've got plenty to get me back for a while. Because again, I don't use them that often. And next I just have, these are, what are these? Peanuts Planner Co. lists, I think. Just plain old lists that I'll use. Like, here's just not time specific, but things I want, you know, to remember to do when I have time. Like these are things next time I go to the doctor, you know, talk to them about. Some note paper, lists, things, some affirmations, blank pages, some, yeah, these are just like blank sheets. This vellum with this quote, I like this. I don't remember where I got it. It might have been on Pinterest. Might have been something I made. I don't remember. I've had it for a long time. And then this section is, you know, things to do with my health because, you know, I am working on that this year. I included this menu and workouts tracker. This is in the middle, which they're actually like this. It's a 2-page, so you can put your, like what, you know, what you eat, and then what your workout was. It's a pretty good insert. I'm not sure because I'm very like consistently, I like to do the same thing all the time, you know, because that really helps me with the habit. Like the same thing, like even eating the same thing at the same time every day kind of person. That keeping these every day would be kind of, you know, I would probably put like, kind of like having an ideal day, like what you want your day to look like. This would be what I want my, you know, my workout meals to look like. And then, but I do like this, so maybe I think I'll try to use it. And then just a grocery guide. So like if I think of a certain meal, what do I need for that? And then I just put this in here. Like sometimes I forget if I'm having anxiety and I'm overwhelmed and then I can't even think, what can I do to help myself feel better? Like it just all goes. My brain is just like blank, you know? So I had this here to remind me, you know, these are all the things that I could do to like take care of me. And one of my favorites is junk journaling. Got my junk journal stuff here. I'm ready for junk journal January. Yeah, so I have that there. And then I have my weight chart here. And I think probably my measurements. But I have them here because it was here before I did this setup. And I have it in here. Like, no, I don't. I've started, let's see. Let me see if I can show you. When I go through my whole flip up of this, I was going to show you. Okay, so like here, I'm going to keep track of like my weight, my scale. This would be where I would keep my measurements. Here I have a before picture of me. This is where I'm going to put the after picture of me. And then I have my BMI and my goal. So again, another one of my post notes with quotes. Okay, I'm supposed to come back to that. So this probably could come out. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, I don't know. Then just a little list place for notes and things. That's it. All of the things that I got here. So this is just my wallet, and I did put this back here for stickers, but I noticed that I took most of them out because I just was not really using them in this one. So where did I put them? Oh, I moved them over here. Yeah. Oh, since I already had this one out, I moved them to back here. And so, because I do use them in this one. So this is a Moterm. Does it have a name besides, I just call it my Hobonichi Weeks cover. It may have another name, but I don't know what it's called. And sometimes this operates as my everyday, or my, like my wallet, but it's my everyday carry. But I just keep some, I got some gift cards from a friend, some extra, like, just note sheets and things in there, you know. This little book is so wonderful to have. Sometimes I have it in the back. It's one of those little Tomoe River paper. Let's see. I'm going to show you how thin this paper is. It's like perfect. And because it's narrow, it fits in here perfectly. And I think I just got these on Amazon, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I did. They come 3 to a set. And I've had this one for a long time because I don't, and then I just have this checklist in there that I can reference. And this cute pin, which I think I got from Barnes & Noble's a long time ago, and I just cannot stop using it. It's not very comfortable, like, you know, as a writing pen, but it's cute because it's flat and it just like sits in there. So that is what I've got up there. And then I did get the Hobonichi Weeks Mega this year because I decided to use this, like I said, as my health journal, and I knew I wanted to do more journaling and use the notes in the back. So I have set this up. I like to put all my stickers here, and I haven't figured out where they're all going to go. So they just sit in this pocket until then. Some more. I just printed that vellum one time, and then I cut it up. Use some here, some there. But I really like it. I made myself notes so I'd be able to tell you. And I could remind myself what I'm doing with this. So this is for memory keeping, visual planning, so that right hemisphere planning, and health tracking. And then it's just my daily kind of everyday carry. And so I did get the English version this year so that I can, you know, read it and process it and make sense. So I just left this here. I didn't think I needed to cover it up. I made this Post-it just because I love to look at Post-it notes. Whether it's got my handwriting scribbling notes on it or a fun quote, it just makes me happy. Okay, so I have not in years past been successful at how I use these. I've done different things, different times. This year, I'm using as an index for significant dates. And so what that means is So, for example, we had that really bad snowstorm last week. If we had one on the 1st, knock on wood we don't, but we did, and I, maybe got a migraine, and I don't know, I wanted to journal about it. And so I would, come to the back here and journal about it, whatever I wanted to say, and I wanted to remember like this. Then I would take the page number and I would put it right there. And so it doesn't matter what page I open to and write on, I can index, so maybe nothing significant happens for several days. I wouldn't necessarily have something on every day, only if it's significant. Like today is New Year's Eve and I haven't had a lot of significant things happen, so I am going to do a journal entry, but it's not worth indexing. Does that make sense? So that's my plan with this, is to keep it as an index. And then my monthly, again, I do put my appointments in here where I need to be, but also my stickers. So, birthday parties, my car died. It's still in the shop. I did get it back here and it died again here. So, yeah, just, at a glance, I can look at it. And then this is January. I did make a new printable. I did put it on my Etsy of the lunar calendar for 2023, and it has all the dates, and then the full moon, the 3rd quarter moon, the new moon, and the 1st quarter moon, because I notice that my headaches increase and sleepless nights increase. And anyway, so I'm just tracking that, and so I did put those in here, just some other fun stuff. And that's how I'm using it. Really, it's kind of just a fun, add a sticker. I've never been one to like sticker every day with a sticker for the highlight, because I want stickers that trigger my memory what they are, like dental. I went to the dentist that day. Like sometimes having cute stickers would be cute, but if it doesn't like trigger to remind me something, then I don't know why to use it. Like this sunflower here. This is over the 29th because that's Kansas' birthday and we're the sunflower state. So like that makes sense to me, but otherwise, like I can't just like find a fun sticker every day. This was on my coffee lid when I grabbed this coffee and we went to his appointment. So, just, I don't know. I want to be a pretty planner is what I'm saying. I want to do all the pretty things that are just decorative, but I assign a meaning to them. So they need to remind me of that. So I did start this, was November 28th, and I was still finishing this year, 22 weeks. So I was like planning in both, but mostly I was planning and stickering in this one because this is the one I was going to keep carrying to the year. And so the other one got a little neglected the last week or so. But I did get it started and, use stickers to highlight all the things. Sometimes I write on it. Sometimes I make lists of things that I'm doing, tracking my workouts. Obviously, I document when I have headaches. All the things. Was this our snowstorm here? So typically, though, in the past, I've decorated and documented on this side, and I'll leave this side mostly blank. And one is because it gets so bulky. If you're stickering on both sides of all the pages, and so I really sticker this side up, and I try not to do as much this way, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying not to limit myself this year. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I put another one of those Post-its in that I printed, a sterling ink. So this is this week here. So I'm gonna have to migrate my task. I'll do that tomorrow. And then just, set it up as I go. And then when we get to the notes, so this is where I think this planner is really going to be my workhorse for me. Because like I said, it's really for me to document my health and, you know, my creative outlet. So I just put this to cover what was there. I don't know, some little things were there. Some post-it notes again from Brown's Plan. I like those just to cover that. It can be like an inbox, whatever. These are my daily routines for my AM and PM, and I just put them on these are transparent sticky notes. I could move them, you know, week to week, or I can just flip here and look at them. And really, it's a reminder. It's not like I need to read this every day to go, what do I do next? But there are times when I forget. I just don't remember. And having this to look at, it's like, oh yeah, that's right, you know. I have a pretty good routine right now, but they're just there for, you know, reference. Okay, so this section is my daily log and my to-dos. Like if I want to just list like whatever, I can like bullet journal style bullet list. I can you know, write out. I can also do, I can do whatever I want. I was thinking I would also do affirmations. Oh, hello, Kat. I just saw you. Thumbs up. Hi. How are you? The first time I got to talk to someone on a live. I don't know if I'm, you know. Anyway, affirmation, meditations, visualizations, manifestations, you know, all the things that I want to do there. Or journal or whatnot, whatever I want to do. Add the stickers, highlight the things, work out my feelings, you know, an appointment. I do have the appointments there. So, you know, just whatever. It can be my daily. Also, I don't have to use it if I don't want to. Like, it's not dated. I could use 3 pages for one day. I could use a half a page, whatever. I'm not going to, you know, beat myself up. But I got this on purpose so that I would use it. So that I would have all these pages here for journaling. And then in the back is, so I have this spread and it's called a symptom log. And it's because, so I had told you that I used, this is my reference. And this is what I had my trackers and everything in for the last several years. And in the back here, I have this insert, which is the health log. These are from My Summer Touch, and I love these. But I'm not probably going to be carrying this around with me. I'm not getting rid of this. It's just not probably where I'm going to keep the information. But I needed a place to have those, you know, because this is what's going to be on hand with me. So I can just write it here. I can just write, you know, the date and whatever the symptom is that I need to talk to my doctors about. So I feel like I mean, you saw that one. It was from a year and I just used that much of the paper. So I think this will be enough. And then the next one, this is what I was showing you, where I will keep track of my weight. So originally, I'm going to lay this out here. I counted these up 26. So I would have one for every week of the year. So I'd weigh myself, date, scale weight, you know, 26, 52. I'm not sure if I'm still going to weigh myself weekly. I may not. And then a place to do my measurements. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do my measurements every week because it's really not going to change that much. But maybe, you know, once a quarter. I even think once a month might not be. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I have enough room to write once a month if I want. It really depends on how big I write. But I would definitely do my, you know, measurements there. So after I set this up, then I decided to, at the gym, get my BMI, body mass index, done, which I have already been working out since September, and I don't even want to know what it was in September because I'm like, I feel like I would just be starting out with these numbers. Anyway, under here is the date that I took this picture, so it's the 27th, and it has a screenshot of the, you know, the machine that you stand on it and you hold it and it gives you a readout of, your, yes, it gives you your weight, but it also does your, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Muscle mass, in weight, like how many pounds of you are of that is muscle. How much pounds of that, no, it tells you a percentage, how much of that is fat, how much of your weight is fat, which is good because your percentage, it doesn't seem, you know, because it's not the number of the weight. It's just, anyway, I was like, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm making the change, but I just was a little shocked. So it gives you a percentage, but you can do the math to figure out how many pounds that is of fat. And then the remainder is, does it even tell you what the remainder is? No, but the remainder is like your, you know, organs, weights, fluid in your body, all that kind of stuff. So that's what this picture is. And then I'm going to put my after picture here. And by after, I mean the end of the year. Like, because my goal is I'll be 50 this year. And my goal is to, you know, make some changes by then. So that's what this is. And this, under this, my body is wiser than my words are available. It's another one of the post notes that I make. It has the actual, like, what my goal is based on these numbers, then working back, like, how much fat do I need to lose and how much muscle do I need to gain, and what weight that will put me at, as opposed to just saying, oh, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Well, what does that mean? You know, 20 pounds, what is that? I mean, if I lose 20 pounds and I don't gain any muscle, I'm not going to look any differently, really. Just be a little smaller, the same proportions, like round. The goal is to add muscle and lose fat, but do it in a ratio that is good for my body. So that's what those numbers are. I was surprised I remembered how to do that. I used to be a personal trainer a long time ago, and that was something, it was like my favorite thing to do, was like do the numbers and help people figure out all of that, and I just hadn't done it in so long. And so now getting back into it is like dusting off those, you know, corners in the back of my mind. Anyway, so this next page, okay, so let me show you what I did here. This, I just took and photocopied my index here on my computer, no, my printer computer, and I printed it out on sticker paper, and I stuck it down here, like cut it one there, because I love the concept of being able to use this. Like I said, I'd never found a way how to do it consistently, and there's only one in here, and depending on what you want to track, I know some people have, like, they're tracking 7 things. I think my ADD brain will not let me do that. Like, I have to, this for this, this for this, this for that. So this spread here is going to be my headache tracker. So currently I use these. These are Post-it notes from Planning with Aloe. And just to kind of show you, I used them in my, this is my 2022. I got up and went to my bookshelf over there. So what I do is I put them, let's see, the beginning of the month, so here are May. And come in and fill it out, what kind of headache I have. So I get, they're like electric shocks in my temples. So I document when I have those, when I have a regular headache, and when I have migraines. And so I have one for each month. And then I go in, even if I wasn't using it, I was using the headache tracker, right? Then I go in and add it to my overall. So what I started doing mid-year was, which I just love these, I gotta find a way to use these, was using this tracker from Doa Inspired Designs and Planning with Aloe, like it was a collab. And then I was able to track like my sleep, you know, those things like exercise, and then like my headache down here. And then I was trying to like weather, rain, all the things. I really like this. I'm probably gonna find a way to keep it up in my rings. But then I take all this and I do one big spread. Like Let's see, do I have it? So I will take all of those Post-it notes and transfer them over. Do I have one in here? I don't see it. That's all right. I have one here, which, so this is like my, what do you call it, an archive, where I keep all of my previous years. So I was making these, you know, calendar cards, and I was using it in my personal, and then I was tracking my headaches. I just put them on the back of it. So that's how I used to do it. But at the end of the year, I go in and I fill them out, and I have the full year spread. That's what I do with these typically, so that when I go and see my neurologist, you know, or my other headache doctor, we can look at these and I can look for patterns. So, and this is just my archive. This is where I keep all my health stuff from year to year, which is getting kind of full. But I digress. So this is December's. I moved this here just because I'm not carrying this one around, you know, every day with me. So I'm track my headaches in here. So next year, instead of using these, I'm going to do it this way. And it'll already be filled out. Look at that. I saved myself a step. So then I'm not having to take them all and do the one spreadsheet. It will be there. And then, so the way that I do those is I make a mark this way if it's an electric shock. I mark this way if it's just a pressure headache, and I go across if it's a migraine. And so some days, like, I'll just have the shock. Some days I'll have the shock and the headache. And then some days I'll have all the shock, headache, migraine. And you can see a trend here. This was leading up to that snowstorm we had there. And whenever I know me, like pressure change, rain, snow, will lead into migraines for me. So I wanted to put all that on one chart. So if I have a headache or a migraine, I'm going to denote it there. And then if it rains, I'm going to highlight it in blue. Or if it snows, I'm going to highlight it in this green. And then temperature change is I am keeping track of the temperature here, like on this, you know, right here, low, high, so that I can see when we had a drastic, like it went from 30 to 19 to 22 to -5, felt like -30, -2. This is when I had the migraine leading up to there. And then after the storm actually hit, the migraine went away. Anyway, I digress. Keeping track of the temperature, when there's a severe change, like a drastic change, either up or down, then I'm going to put a little arrow next to, you know, whatever kind of headache it was, just so that I can maybe narrow that down a little more. That is how I'm using this page. But then, oh, this was a 100 list, and it was like my 100, like you could do books, like my favorite books or my favorite restaurants or my favorite movies or whatever you want for 100. And I decided, because one of the things that I'm doing this year is like learning to cook again, because when I got sick and lost my memories and all that, I also forgot how to cook or go to the grocery store, or that I should even eat. And so I thought this would be fun as I learn something that I like it, and my daughter likes it, and I know how to cook it. It will go on this list. So far, one thing. I just made that the other day. And I will add it here. If we don't like it, I didn't like making it, you know, I don't want to make it again, it's not going on the list. So I figure throughout the year, I will hopefully maybe get to 100 things. But then those will be things that I know will be my favorite foods, because that's the other thing. I was like, I had to learn to cook eggs. Like, I had to be taught how to make eggs again. It was just whatever. But now I can make a sushi bowl. I can make eggs too, but I digress. Again, I'm good at going down the rabbit hole of things. So that's what this one is. And then this page, I, again, made another copy of that. And this is going to be my sleep log. And my sleep is directly connected to headaches. Like, if I don't sleep well, I can guarantee I'm going to get a headache. So I'm tracking what I had been tracking in this one was, and which I do like it, I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it again, is my sleep, which was this bar graph here. And then if my sleep was interrupted, can we even see that? I circled the day, and then I, like, you know, did I wake up, you know, after a couple hours, whatever. But then I could see, you know, obviously little sleep, did I have a headache that day? You know, when am I seeing trends? So that's what is good about this one, because I can have them together. This one I am just going to have to flip, but that's where this log comes in, because if I see significant event, you know, and I write about it here, so I'm like, ooh, the 8th, I can come back here and say what happened those days. Did something significant happen with my headache, the weather, my sleep? So that's kind of how I'm going to try to do that. So I did draw a line down here, because that tracker, I would write how many hours I slept. So I'm going to write how many hours I slept each night there. But then the color code is some nights I don't sleep at all. So if I'm unable to fall asleep at all. And then am I having anxiety, which makes it hard for me to sleep, which is a very common thing for me. Was my sleep interrupted? Meaning, did I wake up for whatever reason? I just woke up because I had to go to the bathroom. Did I wake up because I had a nightmare? Did I wake up because the wind was blowing? It doesn't matter what, just was it interrupted? Did I wake up unable to breathe? So that is something that I'm still going through, getting tested and all that with. Ever since I had COVID, I have had this increased anxiety, mucus and phlegm and stuff that just never cleared up. It makes it hard to breathe. So when I go to sleep at night, it's hard to go to sleep because I know I'm having trouble breathing, so that I can't fall asleep. And then when I do fall asleep, sometimes I wake up gasping for air. So I want to just see, it's not happening as often anymore, but it was happening. So I still want to track it. Sleep paralysis. That doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And then just if I had uninterrupted sleep, like if I had a perfect 7.5, 8 hours, whatever of sleep, then, you know, I want to know that too. So that's what this is. I'll color code, and I will have the number of hours slept. So I try to draw it down the middle. It's kind of not perfect, but that's what's on this one. And then yet again, one more. Hey, I'm getting all the mileage I can out of this one spread here. So this one, now you can probably see why I couldn't put it all on one. The people who do, I'm glad for them, but I just couldn't. This is my mood tracker. So I wanted to be able, just like with my headaches, I wanted to see how the weather was affecting my mood. Like if it's, you know, gray, if you deal with SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, you know, like when there's less sunlight, you just have a little more depression and whatnot. But I wanted to track those things, not only with my headache, but also with my mood. So I just, you know, the basics, not all of them, but happy, sad, anxious, mad, and just blah, you know, just like, oh, I can't even, not neutral, just blah. And so I have this insert here, and I just like glued it down, glued it down onto the paper. And that brings us to the back. So this was, I think, address or something. Yes, this had an address. And so what I did was, this is a SM Plans insert, and in fact it's 1/2 to, I'm just gonna check and see, I have the other half laying over here that I did not did not use, since I was like, ooh, how am I going to use that? I haven't decided yet. I don't see it. I'll find it probably when we're done here. This is a tracker. And so what I thought I would do with it is I would use this. This is 365. So like, you know, this could be your tracker, something you do every day for 365 days. But what I decided to do was, again, this is my health planner. I have a goal for the muscle that I want to gain. And then I have the fat I want to lose. So I will start with how many pounds of fat I currently have. And as I lose them, you know, go down, like if I lose 1 pound of fat and gain 1 pound of muscle, the scale is going to stay the same, right? The scale is not going to change. But my proportions will start changing. And so I want to just document that. So, you know, so basically as I go down in fat, I go up in muscle, these two will get closer together. And they probably will not meet at my goal weight, but that's kind of the thought because, you know, I have a lot more fat to lose than muscle, but they won't meet. They'll probably come there, but that's my plan. And then this, what I thought I would do is I would, once a month, I'm going to go back and get my BMI tested. So my body mass index, and that'll tell me what my fat to muscle ratio is. And so on each 1%, not a pound, because these will be marking my pounds, you know, but when I actually change the body fat percentage, I will either color it in or add a sticker. I don't know. Maybe I'll get stars, like a, you know, star chart. I don't know. I will fill one out, you know, highlight something. And then I will also add the date. So let's say I go at the end of January and I've lost 4 percentage points. Then I'm going to date all the same, all 4 of those. You know, there may be some months where it doesn't change as much and other changes a lot. When I fill out all of this, the goal is to decrease it. There's 31 dots, like for 31 days in a month. That is 30, that would be 31% if I decrease my body fat by 31%. Basically that means that I don't know if I'll fill this up for the year. Probably not, but I don't know that I can lose that much body fat, but you know, even like, so if I lost 20% body fat, you know, by the end of the year, it would be filled to there. So that's how I'm going to use this. I'm leaving that there. And then this appointment post-it, again, another one of those from that set from Brown Plans, is when I fill that in, then I'll write the date for when the next one is, and so on. Yeah, so I'm very excited for, you know, how I'm going to use this. Obviously, I'm still going to add all the stickers and all the things. Oh yeah, the rest of the planner tour. In the back here, I have, I have snow because I like the little snowflakes. Keep track of when it, you know, snows or something. So I've got a couple of those. I do not like the snow. My headaches, my body does not like the snow, but I do keep track of it that way. And then I have this, this is one of those sleeves. Oh, one of my snowflakes came off. Darn it. Look at that. Can I fix it and put it back on? Yes. It's one of those like card sleeves. And so I just, you know, stuck some of my stickers down in there that I use, you know, my headache stickers, eyelashes, coffee, and then just put one of these little tabs on so it's easier to kind of slide out of there. And so these are mostly like the stickers that I would use most consistently. Yeah, so that is how I'm using my Hobonichi Weeks Mega as my health planning, tracking, everyday carry, like creative, all the things, fun. Let's see, have I just about gone through it? You know what I've realized, what I didn't show you was sitting in the back of this, I had this little booklet, and this little booklet started before I, got the mega weeks set up, all the things, as just my little workout tracker. So I started working out in September, but I don't think I got this until October, the 1st of October. To like keep track of when I went to the gym, what my workout was that day, because I started lifting weights besides treadmilling. And sometimes I put stickers in there because they make me happy. Sometimes I don't. It just depends. But, giving myself a sticker for my workout is like a reward, and it's encouraging me. Again, it's just another way for me to document, and when I just look at this book, it will have all my workouts in. That, I'm not going to write my workouts down in there. It's just going to check mark, did I work out? But this is actually, I did arms, I did legs. What weights did I do? So that I can see as I progress over time, if I started out at, 10 sets, at the weight of the bar, and I didn't even add weight to it, to, the next time I went to the bar, 2 sets, and then I added 20 pounds, I'm like, ooh, I'm making progress, and then I did 2, is that a 2 or 3? I can't tell. Let's say 2 sets, that to me is progress. While the scale might not be moving, my body is getting stronger. And so we're here. And I only went to the gym twice this week. Well, I'm going to go tomorrow. Anyway, so this, I just leave this in the back here. That's just part of my, my wallet setup. Where are we at on this live stream? I don't even know. How long have we been going? 72 minutes? Is that even right? Okay, well, let's just keep going. These, because I feel like I'm almost done. What planner do I have left to show you? How I'm using the Common Planner. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, how, of course. I'm just so excited to use this one. I'm going to take a quick, drink. So this planner came on my radar really November, I think. I started seeing people talk about it, and I was like, I think that this is similar to what I use, but smaller and a little more, well, compact, but it has all the dailies. So it's a little more. So I set my alarm. I kept refreshing the page when she put them up because I knew they were going to sell fast. I mean, I think she sold out in, I don't know, in under an hour, but probably like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't know. It was quick. So I got the full year. I made this cover out of the package that it came in. So it's from Sterling Ink there. Because I wanted something to help it be sturdy, because I think the cover, as lovely as it is, as, it's a little, it's not hardy, which is fine, except for that I'm rough on my planners. So see, I already had to, I decided to strengthen this when I added this tip in, that I added more tape to help sturdy this, because it is a little, I don't know. I went ahead and bought the clear cover to help, I thought maybe help protect it a little bit more, but what I'm noticing is when you open it, then sometimes you close it and it kind of gets stuck in there. So let's see if I can show you what I mean. So then see how it kind of bends like that? I hope you can see that. So then you got to kind of squish it back in there, and hopefully, but it looked like it wanted to tear. Anyway, I love it. It doesn't matter, but see, every time it does that, I get a little nervous. So I do have the clear, I do love it. It's, it's a padded bubble mailer. So it's really, I think, protective. Anyway, it's just my junk journal theme, style. And in there at this pocket, I decided not to tip this in because it was, you know, doing that kind of funny thing that I don't like that it does there. So I put, you know, I made these stickers, and they're mostly things that I would want to have like visual cues for in my planner. And then I ordered some sterling ink, very cute, you know, like the postage stamps ones, because I really like those. Again, really speaks to my junk journal nature. And then I made some of these because January is Junk Journal January, and I wanted to kind of carry that theme in my planner. And then I did put this pocket here. This is a little clear pocket for the smaller sticker sheets, and then the ones I make that I want to fit in there. So that's it. And there's nothing in the back, I don't think. Yeah, just more stickers. And this, I was just kind of plotting out like my morning, afternoon, evening, before bedtime routine on this. I don't know, I may have to revamp that, but let's just get into how I'm using this. So this is Vellum from Courtney Diaz. I'm one of her patrons on her Patreon, and I just love this, and it very much speaks to the junk journalist in me. So I put that in as just, you know, just because it looks cute there than just white. That's the only reason. There's no function. I just like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a sticker each month when the month's over. I haven't decided. I typically don't look at these, you know. So I haven't figured out if I would use it to, like, you know, highlight important, like an important event for the month or what. I don't know. And I don't think I'll put a little sticker dot for everybody's birthdays, because some months are birthday heavy and some are not. I don't know. The vision board. So what I do want to do is make like stickers for my vision board to go here. And that is what I have not done. So let's just make myself a note so that I can do that tomorrow. Vision board stickers. There you go. I do not have like a fancy, you know, photo printers. I want one, but oh, I can just print them on my printer, print on sticker paper. Okay, so the goal layout. It is not dissimilar from what I already do. I don't know if I showed it in this. I did show it in the video that I hope to still upload. But I have a little chart that I use based on the productive flourishing and filofaxing. Is what I use for like annual, quarterly, monthly, weekly goals. So slightly different format, but same concept. So I normally, you know, do that. Well, I type them up by category because I have a spreadsheet on my computer. And so I was keeping this in the back of my rings, and then I was tucking it in here, but this is getting kind of full, but it does fit there. But my next thought was, I don't know that I want to tip them in here either, because I mean, it is kind of, I don't know. So I may just go and handwrite them out also, but I have them here. But we'll see. I do love this, especially for people. I think this is really going to be very helpful for a lot of people who did not know how to set a goal like that and break it down from big idea all the way down to what do you got to do daily to get to that result, right? I've been fortunate enough to do that for several years, and that's just was life-changing for me when I started planning that way, rather than just doing each day thinking whatever I was going to do was going to help me. You know, I was planning the wrong direction. I was trying to go this way instead of this way. Another one of those Post-its. I just print it on that clear paper. Okay, so this quarterly breakdown. I do love this. is my goal intention review. What was I thinking there? Oh, so the way that I was thinking I want to do this is draw a line in the middle of the month here. And at the top of January, I'm going to take my intention or goal of what I want to accomplish this month in January. And then at the second half, at the end of the month, will be my review. You know, how did I do that? How did I do? Where am I at? What do I need to do different moving forward or the same? And then this would be, oh, look, to track my habits in order to reach these milestones. So that is, obviously, they may change monthly. Like this goal, what I'm doing here might be different from here to accomplish this. You know, it may be 3 different projects. So I can just list what those habits are and mark them off there. I love that she's got them broken out like this by quarter. I think this is so like clean, easy to like understand and use, and just like put your own goals in there. So for me, it's going to be, I'm going to use this for work, you know, like my work projects, my work goals. Because I'm already using my Hobonichi for my health goals. And so I mentioned that I'm self-employed. So I have to set my own metrics. I have to, for myself, say, well, how much money do I want to earn? How much money do I need to make? All right, what do I have to do for that? You know, I just take the big, you know, back here, the goal. How much do I need? What do I need to do to get to that, to break it down? And so sometimes I do larger projects that takes longer, and sometimes I do smaller projects. So, and I decide as I go, like some things I can know in advance what is happening, you know, but because I'm a journalist, I'm a documentarian, I document the things as they happen. And sometimes that is, you know, right, I find out very shortly before the event. But yes, that's what I'm using these for. I just love this. It's so clean. It's just so, I don't want to say simple, streamlined. Everything is so very streamlined, and easy to use. Like, so I didn't really plan in this because, again, I was still using my master planner. I did put a sticker down. I thought I might go back and back plan and like add the, you know, memory keeping things for that. We'll see. So this monthly is going to be my pre-plan for my large events, meetings, and appointments types of things. So for example, I would put, I'm just going to my calendar here. Oh, the fireworks are already going off. I was like, why are fireworks going off? Because it's New Year's. Let's see, is this in the camera? I don't know if you can see that. So I would look at this and put in my work events, which I have this full calendar full of appointments and not that many work events, which is why I've got to make some calls and do some things to get some things on my calendar. I've really pretty much taken the last couple weeks off, and I haven't really done a whole lot. But, you know, so this is a work event. Well, what, is this even working? No. Okay, maybe. And so all of my incoming has to go into my, either my wallet or my everyday carry first. And then, because, you know, that, then I will transfer it to this for work. I also have my master planner, and so I'm going to say always, I shouldn't say that because there's no such thing as always or never. Those are extremes. Most likely, I'm going to be setting up my master planner over there first, like I already did, because that's the one I scribble on, and I brainstorm and I scratch things out and whatnot, and then I will refine that in here. One, because repetition helps me with memory, but two, it's so that when I look at it, it's clean, I'm not distracted. Sometimes I'm fine with it, you know, but it just depends on how my brain's working that day. And so this one it will just be cleaner. That's my plan. Anyway, my goal with it. Yeah, I can't believe I don't have any. Oh, yes, I do. I do have another work event on there. So it's this one. Okay. So that's what this is going to be. So my appointment's there. And then now for my weekly. Well, is that I will use this to block out, but not just block out, I will actually document what I do here. Like that one over there is pre-planning what I'm going to do. And this is what, by block, time block, what I did. And like, you know, also more memory keeping, but by the, you know, tracking my hours. I don't get paid hourly, so let me rephrase that. Not very often do I have a client that I have to track my hours for. It is based on deliverable. So the hours are more for me to know when I'm going to submit a proposal, to know how long it takes me to accomplish certain tasks, so that when I present that to them, I can say, okay, it's going to take this amount of time before I'm finished, you know, or, you know, that kind of thing. When it's more about giving them a schedule, because I get paid on per the job, whatever the deliverable is, you know. So this is more for me. And then I want to, so when I shared what my goal categories are, I operate in 3 categories, what I think of in my mind: being, body, brain. And in order for me to feel like I'm living balanced, like having balance in my life, that's what success means to me, I'm focusing on and taking care of each of these things, so that I have blocks in my day for each of these things. So, like I was showing on my other master planner, my first block of the day is for my body, but it's also my being. It's my physical health, and then my get ready for the day. And I have my morning routine. And so I'll do my quiet time, my meditation, my planner preview, like all of that before I even focus on my brain. That says brand, but I mean brain. Before I focus on my brain work. And brain work is actual career focused or hobbies, you know, brain things that make my brain happy, but aren't necessarily monetarily, you know, rewarding. They're emotionally, mentally, all that kind of stuff. And so that's how I structure my day. And again, kind of in blocks, because I think not like 1 hour isn't necessarily time for me to feel like accomplished. I block out time for things. So that's what these spreads are, all of these. And then this is for me to write down notes, like if I have the planner open while I'm working. A lot of my work is done on the computer. Like I film, I record, I write. A lot of that is all computer work. And so I don't always just work at the desk, you know, on my work. I work at the desk on my planners, you know, and like prepping for things and mapping things out. But when I want to like list out, you know, whatever, thoughts come to mind, quotes, anything, I can put that in there. use as an inbox, something. And then under here is just like the type of work that I do. Like if I have a story idea, I can write that down. If I have, I do need to do some story project pages, but I'm not sure. Normally I do those like in Notion or whatever. So that's like, I have, let me rephrase that. I have kept them in here, in my rings. So in my ring system, which is mostly reference, I have project pages for, you know, what I'm working on. Because sometimes my projects are, I work on them over a lengthy period of time. Some can be short term. That's why I keep in here. But also my Notion. But if I have ideas or thoughts, I can put them here. And then just whatever. Just I can brain dump all the things. I'm using my Hobonichi weeks as my mostly daily journal. But any kind of note, not journal necessarily like, you know, dear diary, but like, you know, whatever I'm thinking of, I can just scribble down there. If I'm talking to my grandma and I got to write, you know, a phone number down or a date or, you know, whatever. I guess like a daily inbox, right? I guess that's how that's going to cost. And then there's 369 pages. So that's a lot. I could use this for everything outside of my health if I wanted, you know. But because I like using all the planners, I also have overflow planners. I've got my backup planners, and they are really just for fun. I do not need to work out of them. They are just for creative outlets. And this is an A6. And I started this because I really wanted to use this size. And I first got this A6 size when I was trying to decide if I could go down to pocket rings. So I got this a couple months ago because I've been wanting a pocket ring forever. And one of my favorite pocket ring planners is Carrie, I was going to say Poulier. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I Heart to Plan. And I love her chunky planners and how she just fills it up with her life, you know. And I thought, you know, I think I could do that. Well, quickly realized I think in compartments. I contextualize things. So I really do have to have, you know, for me, a different planner for different things. So I've got my finance, my health, my work. And then this is just a creative, it's not for planning, it's more for tracking all the things. I did get this 2023, like this small one here, because I thought it would be perfect, like to obviously mirror what's in my work weekly. And then I could slip it in here, right? And it would have the weekly, if I'm not going to be home and want to use it, you know, I don't know. I don't need it is what I'm saying, but I liked the idea of it. If all I wanted to do was to carry this with me, it would function, you know. I was using these last year in 2022 and I loved it. I wanted to just test out the smaller size. So I got it again this year. And what I thought I would do with it, put my post-it note to remind me, is for my morning routine things. I can do my savers. I can do some daily pre-planning, like brain dump, like, okay, what's on my mind? What am I thinking? You know, just get it all out. Any kind of notes if I just want to take notes in there. And then at the end of the day, if I feel like I've journaled in my Hobonichi weeks and I just want another creative outlet, I would use this. And it has the monthly. And I thought here is where I will try to put the stickers down for the things. I don't know that I will do one for every day, but definitely like, you know, highlights, right? Of the month. So that, and then because it's undated, I can just write in it. If I only want to write one day in January, you know, and then, oop, it's February, I won't feel guilty about it. I can do tip ins. I can watercolor, marker, highlight, sticker, whatever I want. Just really just be a creative outlet. I like junk journaling. I've often wanted to junk journal in my planner. I just can't make it work with these kinds of planners, you know. Really got to make my own journal for that. But my thought was, this is just a plain, it's a Hobonichi notebook. And it is a place where when I have an idea, I just slide it in here or write on a Post-it note. Something that I want to art journal about, not just write, but I want to create a page for, whatever that would look like. So kind of like a commonplace a little bit, just for creativity, just for, mostly they're quotes or things I've read. So I guess that does make it like a commonplace. And then this is just a notebook. It's just for, you know, having it, because if I just grab this, because I do love this little planner, and if I'm using it one day and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take this with me, I have a place to use as a, you know, a catch-all. Not often do I think that'll happen, because it feels more like a creative, you know, like the morning pages kind of thing. While I was trying to decide on that, I also bought the Stalogy in the A5 size. Now, I've used it in B6 for several years, and I just loved it as my bullet journal, creative memory keeping journal. And I thought, you know, maybe I'll like it in an A6. I don't, the jury's still out, is what I was trying to decide. I did make a note for myself that similar to my morning pages, so that was the thought, is that these would go together, you know, same size, same kind of topics, yeah, things. Things I'm learning about. I love to listen to podcasts or documentaries. I'm really into science. I'm really into science videos right now. All kinds. History, neuroscience, those are my favorites. Those are religion. Those are all kind of right near the top. And so I could write notes on that. I could do my spiritual, like meditations or journaling, or, you know, whatever I want in here. I could do my gratitude. So I've done an entry here, gratitude entry there. So that is what I was thinking. So that would make it more of like a, kind of like go with morning pages. But it's so cute. And I feel like I could have a little more flexibility with, you know, painting and markering and all the things in there. I don't know that I don't feel led to sticker in this one, is what I feel like I'm saying. I would sticker in this one, but I don't know that I want to sticker in this one. So that is, have I covered all the planners? Let's just see. I feel like this live, which is fantastic now that I know I can do it live and not just record it and then take forever to upload it. All the ways in which I'm using all the planners for 2023. Now, don't hold me to it, because if I find another planner that I want to add to the lineup, I am not opposed to it. Because, you know, planning is functional for me. Like I said, you gotta have, in my opinion, you have to have the master planner to keep everything together, you know, the brain of the bunch. But then everything else is, you know, contextualized for purpose. I would say the heart of my system is going to be these right here, clearly. And the rest of this is, I would say it's a little more like journaling. I am going to not throw away my trash books, you know. I will still use these, because sometimes you just want to I don't know where I'm going with things and I just want to scribble it all out. And like, once it's down, then I can process it and I can make a decision about it, right? And then I can say, oh, I definitely want to do this. Oh, I don't. So these books are not going anywhere. I'm going to keep them. And in fact, I don't pull this one out very often. This is more of a journal, but it can store those books in there. And it's a creative journal, and it has just lined, it's just for long form writing. That's nothing creative about that, long form journaling. Yeah, I think that's it. And of course then I don't know, it's just, you can plan in junk journals. I thought I would want to try planning in a junk journal. I've seen people do it, or yeah, plan in a junk journal. I thought I might try that for January. Obviously it would not be my planning. It would just be my, like a daily, kind of like a daily plan, daily journaling. We'll see. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to follow the prompts. But this has been fun. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Yeah, pretty much I feel pretty good about getting it all worked out. I do plan on coming on here a little more frequently and do some more Plan With Me's and updates, and just let you know how it's working for me, or if it's not and I have to scrap it over, you know, start again. I will keep you in the loop on that. So thanks for joining. If you tuned in and you found me on accident, thanks. Please subscribe, leave me a comment. If you got a channel, let me know where I can come find you. Are you a planner girl? Do you like all the planners? Are you more of a journalist? Are you a junk journaler or creative planner? Are you more, or are you a digital planner? You don't even use analog. I don't know. There is no judgment here. Whatever works for you. So just, yeah, let me know where I can find you. And thanks for joining me. And I will talk to you later. Happy New Year. Cannot forget that. Happy New Year. I'll see you next year. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it is almost 2023. That is so awesome.